Dave Gettleman working from his home. Dave, you've seen a lot of things over a long and illustrious career, but this one probably takes the cake, doesn't it?
Oh, this is unique. This is definitely unique. It's been a great experience in terms of watching how everybody in the organization has really stepped up. There's the technology piece, which is huge. Justin Warren and his group have done a great job. Ty Siam and his guys have done a great job. And Chris Pettit, our director of college scouting, has just been fantastic in terms of we're Zoom meeting and actually watching film together as a group. And he's been in charge of that. So it's been different and unique, and we're gonna be fine.
Dave, when it came to interviewing some of the guys post combine, what was that process like? Is it obviously you can't look a guy in the eye in person, but were there some of the interviews that had to be done over Zoom for some of the candidates?
Really, Kyle, we've done all of them over Zoom. For the most part, you really can get a little bit of more of a feel for a guy than I thought you'd be able to. You still want to. You're still missing pieces. You still would rather be able to touch the guy and do that kind of thing, have him in the facility, see how he operates and moves around the building. But it's been better than I'd hoped.
Certainly a lot of unknown with this draft, but let's focus on something that is known. All right, 4th overall pick in this draft. You have never traded down your first round pick. All right. I know you said that you're open for business, but there's some really good players at 4th overall. Now, this is just you and me talking here, Dave.
Right.
You got a chance to take a hog molly. All right. And nobody's gonna give you any grief whatsoever. There's some really good tackles available in this draft. Right. What are you leaning towards, and what do you see from some of these tackles in this draft?
The whole tackle class is thick. I mean, there's players, in every round, guys that you could take and feel good about. I've said it before. The 4th pick of the draft, you should be saying to yourself, "Can I picture this guy wearing a gold jacket?" It's reality, Shaun. I've never traded back before, partially because I've seen teams trade back and trade themselves out of really good players. But I am, we are truly open, because the other part of it is, not only do you have to ask yourself the question, do you picture this guy in a gold jacket? You also have to ask yourself the question, is this guy I'm thinking of taking it for worthy of being the 4th pick of any draft? It's the same conversation we had with Saquon 2 years ago when we were sitting at 2. Okay. It's, is this guy worthy of being the 4th pick of any draft, not just the 2020 draft? And those are the conversations we'll have over the next few days.
As you look at building this roster, can we glean anything into the style of coaches that you have? And when you look at this draft, yes, there's some fun-looking defensive players out there. Obviously, like you said, it's thick with offensive linemen. There's a lot of speed at wide receiver. Do you start to factor in how your coaches are going to be able to coach some of these guys?
I believe in collaboration, and certainly with the new coaching staff, we've got to get a feel for the types of players they're looking at. Defensively, and offensively, it doesn't make a difference. You're always looking for fit. Does this player fit what we want to do? We're drafting a different type of player. The college game is different from ours, and we have to draft a guy that we feel we can take advantage of his talents and also use him in our systems.
We have some season ticket holders that weighed in with some questions as well. And the first one is from John Paul Dedayan. How do you determine the football intelligence of a player besides standardized testing or chalkboard work when players may not process things as fast on high levels when adrenaline kicks in and in the course of action?
Well, it's on film. To me, the stuff off the field are just indicators. Okay, a Wonderlic test score is just an indicator. A psych test is an indicator. Putting a kid on a board is an indicator. It's what he does between the white lines. That's what tells you how smart a football player he is. Kyle, you've seen it. Shaun, you've seen it. There are plenty of guys that go to a meeting room and walk out of there and they got it down cold. But as soon as the ball is snapped, oh my God, they're lost. It's like I tell the guys will look at me, well, he's got a 35 test score. That's wonderful. And he's going to make a lot of money on Wall Street. But in between the white lines, he's still looking for it. So it's really, football instincts are really, to me, really.
Dave, we have one more fan question for you before we wrap up. It's from Ron Safer. Obviously, work ethic and drive are important as far as the scouting process is concerned, evaluating players. How difficult is it to get accurate information on that component of what makes a guy tick as you're doing the evaluation process?
I think if you work at it, you can get the information, the real information, if you work at it. One of the advantages of having college scouts be in an area year after year after year is they'll develop contacts that people will get comfortable with them, and they'll give them information they'll give them honest information. You just got to work at it. You got to dig in, and again, you can figure it out if you work at it. You really can.
Dave, we appreciate a few minutes. Best of luck with the draft coming up, starting on Thursday, and obviously Thursday, Friday.
Yes, and you all be careful and be safe. Okay.
Yes.
All right. God bless you.
Thanks, Dave.
Hey, Giants fans, Saquon Barkley here. You want to see more videos? Subscribe below.